bear with me. I'm gonna be doing like a story time on how I found out I was pregnant and what was it like telling my family and friends and my boyfriend. Um, so basically, um, I had got my period in July, and I had got my period in July, around the 4th of July, cool. And then I had got my period at the ending of July for just one day, and I was just like, that's kind of weird. But I didn't pay no mind. I was just like, fuck it, like, it is what it is. Then August comes, and I didn't get my period or nothing like that, and I was just like, what the hell? But I went to the doctors that month and, like, do a checkup, and the doctors had told me like, oh, they needed to take urine to give me a pregnancy test just to make sure I'm not pregnant. Regular stuff that goes through, like, girls go through when they go to the doctors. Um so I went and they did the test and it came back negative. So I really didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, my period is gonna come, like, it's gonna come, because that month of August I went to the doctors and it came back negative. So with that being said, bear with me, like, I'm very out of breath now, like, it's weird, but it's that pregnancy stuff. um but yeah, um so yeah, so that happened, and then I forgot what I was saying. Oh my god, pregnancy mind is crazy. um Right, so the month of August goes by and I don't get my period, and I'm just like, that's mad weird. And my boyfriend was already telling me like, when was the last time you took a test? And I'm just like, I don't need to take a test. Like, I already took a test when I was at the doctor's and it came back negative. So it was like there was no need for me to take a test. Like, and so I was just brushing it off. And on top of that, I was getting like cramps and back pain. So like that's stuff I always get when I'm on my period. And I was getting that stuff like it was nothing. So I'm like, my period is coming. Like, I feel it. Like, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. Okay, fast forward, time goes by, and I'm really noticing like I'm nauseous, but like I'm not like paying mind to it, because it's not like, it wasn't, it was the month of August. It was hot. Like, the heat make me nauseous sometimes. Like, I was not making a big deal of it, and I was working too, so the heat and being in the heat working, it was just like a lot. So I always needed the room to be cold, and if I was to come home and it was hot, I would have an attitude, like, but I just brushed it off. Like, I wasn't like, it was not clicking. So fast forward, time goes by, I'm at work, and my coworkers and we drinking bubble tea, and this is my first time like trying it and like tasting it. Disgusting, y'all. Like, when I say disgusting, I mean disgusting. I literally went to the bathroom and threw it all up. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was just not my cup of tea. Like, I just couldn't, no. And I went to the bathroom. And I had threw it up. I was just like sick as hell. Like, and my coworkers were already telling me like, go take a test, and I was just like, I don't need to take a test. Like, you guys are telling me to take a test for nothing. Like, no. Mm-mm. So my coworker, he kept like, one of my coworkers, he kept telling me like, go take a test. Like, if you want, I'll buy the test. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna let you buy a test, and I'm not gonna buy a test for it to come back negative. So I'm really like going back and forth with them. Like, I'm not getting the test. Excuse me. So then after that, we're still like noticing like I'm mad sick. Like, I'm mad sick now. Like, now I'm just throwing up, like, and it's over. But then eventually I'm like, you know what, let me just go get a test. Like, just let me go get a test so they could just leave me alone. And I go to go get a test. I go to cross the street to Walgreens. I go get a test, and that shit was like 20 something dollars. And I was like, if I come back negative, I'm gonna be dumb sad, just wasting my money. Like, even though it's just $20, but like, baby, like, do you know what I could do with $20? Like, anyways, I go back to work. I'm like, let me take the test. It comes with 2 tests. It was like a digital one, and then like the one that tells like the 1 line and the 2 line. No. Actually, I think I had 2 digital tests, And then so I had a digital test, and it came with 2 digital tests. I took the test when I was at work. I took the test, but I forgot about taking the test. Like, I took the test and I just flipped it over and put it like by my phone. And then I had left out the bathroom, and I just went to go like finish doing what I was doing because we was already close to my store. So we closing up. We're closing up. I go check my phone. I'm looking for my phone. I realized I left it in the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. I go grab my phone, and I'm like, oh shit, like the test is still here. So I flip the test over, and the first thing I see is pregnant, and I'm like, what? Like, my heart like just dropped to my ass. Like, I'm not even about to sugarcoat it. Like, my heart dropped. My body immediately started shaking, and I was like, nah, this is like crazy. Like, this is wicked. So the first thing I do is I call my best friend. I'm like, bro, I just took a test, like, and it came back positive, like. And so she was just asking me questions like, what are you gonna do, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm just like, I don't know. I told her, like, I'm gonna keep it, like, for sure, like I'm not gonna let a baby stop me from doing what I'm doing. Like, I just was getting myself together, graduated school, got my job, like, been focusing on myself. So I was just getting started with everything. So I was just like, you know what, like, a kid's not gonna stop me. Like, that was my mentality at the time. Well, during this time right now. But yeah, so I go home. I'm talking about it with one of my coworkers on my way home. She was dropping me off, and I was just talking about it, and then sorry, and then I get inside and I wake up my boyfriend, and I'm like, you gotta get up. And at that time he was going through a toothache, so he was really like on some like, I can't talk, like I can't, like I'm asleep, like all of that. And I was just like, you need to get up, like you need to get up right now. So he wasn't listening to me, so I just took the test and I toasted it on the bed for him to see it. And like, he saw it, and he literally just like looked, and then he like looked again, and then he was just like, oh no. He laid there for a second, he got up, he hugged me, like he made me feel really like comfortable, really good. And I was just like, I'm very glad to have like his support, and like know that he was gonna be there, and yada yada yada. What else? So yeah, so I told him, and I was like, I'm gonna take the second test, because it came with 2 tests. I was like, it came with 2 tests. You see me with one finger. It came with 2 tests. So I was like, I'm gonna take the second one, because I already took the first one already. And then I went to the bathroom, I took the second one, and the second one came back positive too. So I'm like, oh shit, like it's real, like I'm really pregnant, like. And then that's when I was just like, wow. So the first thing I did was I was like, I gotta tell my mom. Like, I was like, I wanted to keep it like a secret for a little bit, but in reality I just knew like I had to tell my mom, because I gotta tell my mom. Like, so whew, my back is hurting from sitting like this too. So I called my mom, and she's sleeping, and I'm like, I'm gonna send you something, and you need to check your phone, da, 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 da. And she's like, in her sleep, she's like, okay, like she's gonna check it. And she doesn't check it like fast enough, like, so I'm calling again. I'm like, check your phone, like you're sleeping, like you need to check your phone. This is blowing my mind, because like, so I'm like, check your phone. And then she's like, okay. So she checks her phone, and she just like sees the test, and she's like crying, like she's just bawling in tears. She calls me back like, are you serious? Like, you better not be joking. And I'm like, I'm serious. She made me tear up and all, like. And she's like, oh my god, like her first grandchild. I'm sorry, I be really tired, and like at night I cannot sleep, so I look really like drained right now, like bear with me. Yeah, so she was sad. I mean, she wasn't sad, like she was happy or whatever the case may be. So the following day, like the next morning when we had got up or whatever the case may be, I couldn't sleep. But like, you know, the following day I couldn't sleep. I was up all night because I'm like, bro, I'm really pregnant. Like, and like my mind was just racing with thoughts. I was like, I gotta tell my boyfriends, like, we gotta tell my boyfriend's siblings and his mom, or whatever the case may be. So when I told, what the hell, that was weird. But when I told my boyfriend's siblings, they didn't believe me. I told his two sisters. They didn't believe me. Like, they was just like, you're not pregnant. But actually, his younger sibling, she had mentioned to me, like, oh, like, she said something along the lines, like, about me being pregnant, and, like, she said something, I'm not gonna say exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines of that, and I was just like, what a coincidence, like, I'm actually pregnant. But, and then his other sibling, who was a little older, but he's still the oldest, like, I don't know how you say it, second oldest, I don't know. But she was like, she didn't believe me. She was like, you're gonna take a test right in front of me. Like, she did not care. So later that same day, him and his sibling went to the store. Yeah, I'm tired. They went to the store and they got another pregnancy test, and I took the test in front of them. You know, this is the one that you put the pee and you like drop it in. So I do it in front of them, or whatever the case may be. And as soon as I did it, the 2 lines was like very noticeable. Like, it was just bam, like, you're pregnant. And I was just like, nah. Like, I woke up, like, not even I woke up, but like the next day I'm just like, nah, I'm really pregnant. Like, it was no buts, no doubts about it. Like, I'm pregnant. So like, I was like, now I gotta go to the doctors. Like, I gotta go see what's going on, because I'm pregnant. I'm tired. Yeah, so that was that. Went to the doctors and I found out I was 7 weeks and like 4 days pregnant, and I was just like, bro, what? Like, I was just here last month and you guys told me I was not pregnant. So I don't understand, like, how am I 7 weeks pregnant already? Like, I was already going on 2 months and like 3 days. So I was like, something gotta give. But yeah, that was like the whole me finding out how I was pregnant and all that, and telling people, like, my siblings. I told my brother was like, he knew already, like, by the way I was walking, and I was just like, whatever. And then my older brother, he was fake upset, like, because I'm his younger sister, and like, you know, he just wants the best for me, or whatever the case may be. But it is what it is. It's life. But I'm having a baby girl. Baby A is on the way, and I'm 25 weeks, and I believe like 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days. And yeah. And yeah. This video is just like my first video, so I'm gonna get better at this. Just give it a chance. I just needed to actually like put something out there, because I'm mad like delayed with this, and I wanted to do this already. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and subscribe. I don't know how this should go, but bye, y'all.